What's up everyone, welcome back to a brand new video. On the last part, we saw what happened when Cooler finally returned to Earth. Although, it might have gone a bit different than what you expected. Cooler had spent some time out in space training, as well as reflecting on himself and trying to figure out what to do. He decided heading back to Earth was his best option. He was looking for a good fight, and even though he did want to fight Goku, he didn't end up fighting him, but still did have a good fight against Android 17. And now with the androids running around and Cooler on Earth, what's going to happen next? For this video, let's set a like goal of 3,500 likes. Once we hit that, I'll continue with another part of this series. Anyways, let's pick it from here. Everyone is currently off on their own right now. Piccolo heads to the lookout, and since Cooler has no idea of where to go, he just ends up following Piccolo. Piccolo's not really sure why he's going, but he can't really get him away. Cooler just watches on as Piccolo and Kami fuse on the lookout. That's pretty cool, and it seems like Piccolo actually did get a lot stronger too. Piccolo says this might help them fight the androids. With his new strength and Cooler's help, they could probably defeat 17 and 18. But before they go to find those two androids, they actually find another one. Piccolo senses an ominous key, and Cooler ends up sensing it too. Piccolo feels the key of so many others in there, and Cooler's surprised too. He senses Goku, Vegeta, even Frieza, along with some others. Piccolo's concerned, not sure what to expect, while Cooler's pumped up. This means there's going to be another good fight. The two of them go back down to the surface. Piccolo's surprised that Kami even let Cooler get up there. But now with Kami part of him, he can kinda see Kami's thought process. Cooler's actually warming up to Earth, and he actually doesn't seem like a threat right now. If anything, he's an asset. Of course, he may not fully be on their side right now, but he has a common goal of defeating the androids, even if it's for a different reason. The two arrive on the surface, and they then encounter Cell. Great, there's another android, and this one seems way different than the others. Cell is equally surprised to see them. Seeing Piccolo's one thing, but who is this other guy? He doesn't recognize Cooler. This is Cell from another timeline where Cooler didn't show up. This guy looks kinda like Frieza. He assumes he has some sort of relation, and this really does change things for Cell. He has no knowledge of this enemy and what he could do. He realized that he might be in trouble here. Piccolo and Cooler begin to fight Cell. Piccolo is a lot stronger now, obviously, but Cooler's also pretty helpful too. The two of them together are actually more than enough to overwhelm Cell, and he's not too sure what to do. He's about to die here, and they learn a couple things about him. First of all, they learn who he is and why he's here. This is of course before they fight. Even though Cooler wants to get right down to business, Piccolo's able to get this information out of Cell, and then the two start fighting. They also learn of his regeneration. During the battle, he's injured to the point where he realizes he needs to use this. And since he is part Piccolo, they assume that he probably did have this too. And they're about to kill him, but at the last moment, he performs a solar flare, blinding both of them and escaping. Damn, they almost had him. But at least they did get info out of him now. He actually seems like more of a threat than the other android, so they need to keep an eye out and make sure he doesn't do anything bad. Meanwhile, Goku finally wakes up from the heart virus. He's cured and ready to join everyone. He's also filled in on what's happened so far, and he's actually pretty amused to see Cooler still here. He actually has the perfect idea of what they need to do now. If they're kinda strapped for time, there's a way to make it so that time isn't an issue. They could utilize the Room of Spirit and Time. Vegeta and Trunks are the first to go in, and Vegeta immediately has one thing on his mind. Of course, he does want to get stronger and defeat the androids, but also, he wants to be strong enough to defeat Cooler. He doesn't want Cooler to stick around anymore, and Trunks is confused. Yeah, Cooler's kinda weird and he is Frieza's brother, but he doesn't seem to act like Frieza. He hasn't tried to kill them yet. Vegeta explains more and Trunks learns about Cooler, but Trunks is still a bit conflicted. It seems like the whole reason he came to Earth was because he was worried about Saiyans hunting him down. Of course, he is the bad guy here, but he's been helping them so far against the androids, and he hasn't actually killed anyone here. And he reminds Vegeta, what was the reason he came to Earth in the first place too? This kinda pisses Vegeta off, but yeah, he has no response for this. He just knows that once he's strong enough to do it, he's gonna kill Cooler as well so he won't have to worry about him anymore. Outside on the lookout, the rest of the people are waiting. Goku and Gohan are gonna go in next, and Cooler plans to head in with Piccolo. But Cooler's kinda bored waiting here, also being a bit impatient. But once they learn of the fact that the androids are gonna be going to Kame House, which Cooler doesn't know what that is, the two of them head down to there. And just as they expected, right when they arrive to the house, they see the androids there as well. Thankfully, they can't sense Cell anywhere nearby. But they still gotta be careful. He could be lurking about anywhere, and if he gets a hold of the androids, it will be bad. But this is their opportunity. Piccolo and Cooler could kill 17 and 18, before Cell even gets a chance to get to them. They lead the androids away to a remote island, and Cooler's elated. He finally has a chance to fight 17 again. Of course, he knows he probably won't be a match for him, but after healing up from his past experience, and the fact that he even got more experience at all, he did get a bit stronger. If you remember from the first part, I mentioned that in this scenario, Cooler does have some great potential, even if it's not as great as a mutant like Frieza. So he has gotten a bit stronger and feels confident about this. But Piccolo steps in. From what he could tell, 17 seems like the stronger one, and just to be safe, they should probably switch fighting partners. Cooler can go fight Android 18. Interesting. Well, whatever, this actually will be fun. He doesn't know what she's gonna fight like. Maybe it's gonna be the exact same as her brother, but either way, he's just hoping for a good battle. Piccolo's fight with 17 commences, and at the same time, Cooler begins fighting 18. But 16 is immediately concerned. He realizes that Piccolo is not the same as before, and also, Cooler's power has grown, but it's already too late to stop the battle. By the time he notes this, the two battles have already started. And obviously they do know of the infinite energy by now, so that's why they're going full power right from the start. They feel that if they do this and get an attack in right away, they'll be able to kill the androids before they get tired out. If the battle goes on for too long, the androids get the advantage, but if they stop it right here and right now, that won't happen. But Piccolo has a better idea. He tells Cooler to work with him. They're matching the androids in power, but they can kill them if they work together. If they both focus on one at once, they could take them down one at a time. Damn, Cooler was kinda enjoying fighting 18. But whatever. After all, 17 shouldn't get away with embarrassing him before. There is a big issue though. He and Piccolo don't really have any synergy at all. They fought together once before, and it was an enemy that was much weaker than both of them, especially combined. This is a much more intricate battle. At first, the two of them are able to catch the androids off guard. They didn't expect to go 2v1. The two attack 17 at once and actually injure him a bit, but once 18 joins in, the tides completely turn. They have infinite energy plus perfect synergy, and they switch up and try to attack 18 instead. They did at least get to injure 17 a bit, which does briefly hold back the androids, but now it's a 2v2 and the androids have the advantage. But in the middle of the battle, Piccolo stops. He senses someone else nearby. It's the same person they sensed before, Cell. Of course, the androids have no idea what's going on. They think Piccolo's just bluffing, but he tells them to get as far away from here as possible or they get absorbed. 16 yells out the same thing, and all of a sudden, Cell pops up. He jumps up in the air and immediately tries to absorb one of them, and it's already too late. He gets Android 18. Now they're really screwed. Piccolo tells 17 to get away right now, and he actually does consider that for a bit, but he's also pissed off. Seeing 18 get absorbed, he wants to kill Cell now, but Piccolo says he's gonna be no match for him. Who knows how much stronger he's gotten with 18 absorbed? And Piccolo then realizes what kind of situation he's in. Great, he's teamed up with a bunch of enemies. Obviously Cooler's there, and now 17 wants to fight Cell too, which means 16 wants to join as well. But hey, at least there's one good person nearby. Up above he sees Tenshinhan, who briefly is able to hold Cell off. And this actually does help them a bit. He's using a lot of energy, but before he uses too much, the rest of the group takes advantage of the situation and jumps in. They just need to make sure that 17 doesn't get absorbed. But when fighting semi-perfect Cell, they realize that they're not going to be able to do anything to him. They keep trying to fight him, but nothing's working. It might be time for him to show off some of his true power. He puts a hand out, charging a blast. His first target will be Cooler. He doesn't know how strong he is or how much of a threat he is, so it's good to eliminate the unknowns first. Cooler gets ready to defend against it, knowing that he's not going to be able to dodge it at all and Cell's just going to move if he moves. Cell launches the blast, and just as it's about to hit Cooler, he vanishes. Cell's confused, and he looks around. The rest of the people vanish too. Piccolo disappears, 17 disappears, and 16 even disappears. 10's looking on from above with no idea of what's going on, but then someone pops up behind him. It's Goku. He knew that things were getting bad down there, so he teleported everyone away. He puts a hand on 10's shoulder and looks down at Cell. No words are exchanged and he just teleports away, leaving Cell completely alone. Everyone's back on the lookout. Wait, he brought the androids up here too? He says there's no better choice. He couldn't just leave them here with Cell. They can't let him attain perfection. Immediately 16 and 17 are on the defensive, thinking that they were led into a trap. Of course, they also see Goku there, and they consider killing him right now, especially 16. But Goku says he knows what they're thinking. But consider the situation that they're in. If they kill Goku right now, as well as everyone up here, what do they expect to do against Cell? Are they just going to be on the run forever until 17 gets absorbed too? The point is, everyone has a common enemy right now. It's Cell. He tells 17 to think more about it too. Doesn't he want to save his sister? This is his best chance at that. The thing is though, 17 is actually part human, so it's a bit easier to convince him. 16, not so much. He takes this opportunity and tries to kill Goku, but he's stopped by Piccolo and Cooler. And surprisingly, even 17 stops him. 16 asks what he's doing, but 17 says that Goku's right. Who cares about Jiro's objectives? They need to save 18. 16 doesn't really care though. It's hardwired into him to hate Goku. He launches towards Goku once more, ready to attack. Goku teleports out of the way, and everyone then restrains 16 once again. 17 actually has an idea. He tells him to attack his head, and together, Cooler and Piccolo launch an attack right at 16's head, opening it up and exposing his circuitry. 17 tells 16 sorry as he reaches in, grabbing his circuitry and shutting him down. They could reactivate him later, and probably even reprogram him, but for right now it's best to do this. Not long after, Vegeta and Trunks exit the Room of Spirit and Time, completely confused as to what's happening. This is great for Goku and Gohan. They could finally head in now, but Vegeta's just confused as to why everyone's up here. Wait, is that Android 17 as well? Piccolo gives an explanation. Great. Now they have 3 enemies up here. He still doesn't trust Cooler, obviously, and of course he's not going to trust 17 at all. At least 16 is temporarily deactivated. It's one less android to worry about, but he tells them it doesn't matter how strong Cell is right now. He and Trunks will be enough to defeat him, and Trunks is equally shocked to see 17 up here. But it's weird, seeing a more human side of 17. Of course, he is only just concerned for his sister right now, and maybe later he'll turn on them. And not to mention, Piccolo and Cooler are more than enough to keep him in check right now. He just hopes 17 doesn't try and act up or anything. Vegeta flies down to the surface, with Trunks following close behind. It doesn't take long for them to find Cell. Cell's not sure where everyone went, but he continues looking around, causing chaos. In one of the nearby islands, he launches an attack. Everyone in the city watches as a big red ball of energy comes towards them, and suddenly, it completely dissipates. A combined attack from Trunks and Vegeta erases it. Vegeta then jumps up into the sky, and Cell's amused to see him here. Vegeta's just as happy too. This will be a perfect way to test his new power. He starts charging up energy and transforms. Not only into Super Saiyan, but beyond that. He shows off his newest evolution in power, Super Vegeta. And this actually does terrify Cell. Immediately, it becomes apparent that Cell can't do anything here, and it looks like he's not going to be able to find 17 either. He even tries to appeal to Vegeta's ego. Doesn't he want to see Cell become perfect? And maybe that would have worked in another scenario. But here, it's not. 17's nowhere nearby. They're not going to willingly bring him to 17. Plus, Vegeta says he already has enough villains to worry about. He doesn't need a fourth one around them. And as much as he does enjoy the fight and embarrassing Cell, eventually he does finish it. He does know about Cell's regeneration too, so he makes sure to erase every little bit of it. They thank Piccolo and Cooler for that. And just like that, Cell is completely defeated. Super Vegeta takes the victory. But then Trunks realizes something. Okay, this is good and all, but won't 17 be pretty pissed at them? He did kill Cell, but that means he also killed 18. Vegeta says whatever, he'll just kill 17 as well. Isn't that what Trunks wanted? Well, Trunks isn't entirely sure. 17 and 18 here seem much different than they did in his timeline. Even from their first fight he could tell. And to be fair, they haven't done anything wrong yet. The worst they've done so far was fight the group, and they didn't kill anyone either. 17 right now is on their side, and he also did help fight Cell too. Vegeta's amazed. Is he seriously thinking about sparing 17? Trunks tries to think of what to do next, and the two of them head up to the lookout. They tell everyone that Cell's been defeated, and of course 17 wants to know what happened with 18. Vegeta's about to speak, but Trunks steps in. They didn't know any way to separate her from Cell, so she did die along with him. But he has one idea of how to fix this. Once Goku gets out of the Room of Spirit and Time, maybe he'll be able to go to Namek and get some Dragon Balls. They do need to revive everyone killed by Cell so far anyways, and that would bring back 18 as well. 17's of course a bit pissed off, but at least that helps explain it. So what about 16? Everyone decides it's best for Goku to come back first. So they wait around, and wait some more, and more. Eventually Goku and Gohan finally come back. They're told about everything that's happened so far, and everyone's surprised to see them in Super Saiyan, acting so casually. Goku is kind of bummed that he won't get to fight Cell, but hey, at least he and Gohan access this new realm of power. So what do they do now? Well, Krillin suggests that maybe they could reprogram 16. Instead of destroying him, what if they had a good android on their side? Oh yeah, that might actually be a good idea. Goku says to take him to Bulma. But what about the Dragon Ball situation? Now with Piccolo and Kami fused, they don't have any. He has the perfect idea. He teleports away, and not long after he comes back with Dende. He introduces everyone to Earth's newest guardian. Some time passes and everyone arrives back on the lookout, and Shenron is finally created. Two wishes are made. One, they need to revive everyone killed by Cell. And Shenron confirms that this also includes Android 18. Everyone is still of course concerned about the androids, but Krillin has a better idea. He tells 17 they should wish to not be androids anymore. If they truly want to get rid of Dro for good, this will be the best option. And he actually does make a wish, but it's different. He wishes to have the bombs removed from inside of them. He at least thanks Krillin for the idea though. It's weird seeing the androids act so casual when they were trying to kill them before. Especially for Vegeta, who doesn't even want to see any of this. Why are they sparing all these people? He turns to Cooler, stretching a hand out and charging an attack. Cooler turns to his final form, ready to confront Vegeta, even though he might not be able to do anything against him. But Goku then steps in the way. He tells Vegeta to let Cooler go. Hasn't Vegeta seen how Cooler's helped them so far? And he knows that Vegeta, as a Saiyan, would like to have good fights with people. Cooler's the perfect person for that. They can keep him around. He can get stronger. He can train with them. Just look at the androids. They watch a similar thing happen with 17. Cooler is definitely selfish and rash right now, but think about it. Has he tried to kill them so far? Vegeta says that's a pretty low bar, but just like Trunks, he reminds Vegeta of where he started. Remember back to when Vegeta first arrived on Earth, or hell, even Namek. And look how Vegeta's changed right now. Vegeta still is a bit uncontrollable at the moment, but he's definitely way more tame than where he was before. Angered, he puts his hand down, flying off once more for Solitude. The androids go off on their own. As for 16, he's fully reprogrammed and rebuilt, finally becoming a good android. He stays there and he's going to kind of act as a new training partner for everyone. No one has any idea of where 17 and 18 went, although Krillin does want to see 18 again. They still had that same interaction before where she kissed him. Trunks eventually returns back to his timeline, saying goodbye to everyone. Thankfully, with this newfound strength, he should be able to kill the androids there. Sadly, unlike the ones here, he knows that there's no chance of them reforming, but it still was interesting to see the differences in this timeline. And he wonders if Cooler exists in his. Well, he guesses he has to find that out for himself. He goes back to his timeline, and Cooler says he guesses he's going to stay here from now on. And even though Cell and the androids are gone, he still does want to use that Room of Spirit and Time or whatever. He's hyped up, and he tells someone to join him. Of course, Vegeta isn't, and Goku and Gohan already had their time in there. But Piccolo actually takes him up on this offer. He did kind of want to train in there as well. And since the two are a similar level of power right now, it might be beneficial for both of them. Cooler then flies off, and Piccolo then chases after him. Cooler has no idea where he's going. Vegeta just looks on in disappointment, and Goku and Gohan look on smiling. It's weird to think that that guy's Frieza's brother. Who knows what a year in the Room of Spirit and Time with Piccolo would do to him, not just in terms of power, but his mind. We'll save that for the next part though. This is where we'll leave off for now. So, what did you guys think about this part, and what do you think is going to happen next time? Will the tension between Vegeta and Cooler be resolved? Will Cooler fully become good? And what else will happen in the next part? Leave your thoughts and suggestions in the comments below. I'll be sure to check them out to see what you guys think. As always, if you liked the video, be sure to drop a like, and let's try to hit that like goal from the beginning of the video so we can get another part of this series. If you haven't already, why not subscribe? As well as hitting the bell icon so you're notified about any future parts of this What If, or any other videos that I upload on my channel. Anyways, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in my next video.